Hi, hello. Welcome back to It Is What It Is Tarot, where it is what it is, and it ain't gonna be what it ain't gonna be. If the camera angle is a little lopsided and the audio quality is whatever, it is what it is. Also, it's an ICC, an Iced Coffee Chronicles. I know. Already back to the super sugary iced coffees. Happy Friday the 13th. The order number today is 5789. So it's the missing six. Like, what is this missing six? So I have the wild unknown archetypes, the wild unknown alchemy. I would kind of honestly use the Lafruma if I had it. Because now that the intermediate sort of chapter is over ish, well, now that I'm back in the States, assuming that aligns with the little intermediate chapter, which was surprising in multiple ways, which was really good in some ways. Um, and yeah, I am home now. Mortifactio, mortification at the bottom of the deck. I was gonna pull before and after the Six of Swords because of the 12 13, because today is 12 13 24. So I was going to pull before and after the Six of Swords because in the Fable Maker's animated tarot deck dungeon challenges, it is the challenge of the 2 through 10 of swords to connect or bridge two different words or energies. Um, and there's like 1 2 1 3, but in 2 4 both the 1 becomes a 2 and the 3 becomes a 4, and usually you can only change one at a time. So if we wanted to go from 12 to 24, it could be 12 13 14 24, or it could be 12 22 23 24. But to change both the tens place and the ones place at the same time violates the rules of the swords challenges. So there's like a missing link there. That's why I was gonna go. So interesting. That's why I was gonna go for the Six of Swords. Like pull before and after the Six of Swords as the missing six. Apocalypsis is here. And the imagery she's giving Mortifactio. Adjacent. Interesting. Mortifactio is number 68, and Apocalypsis is number 74. But yeah, hopefully this isn't too long. Trying to stay awake today. Trying to not let the jet lag win. But yeah, I'm glad to be back. It may be more of a self read than an Iced Coffee Chronicles. Again, I don't know what this sounds like. If this sounds like, I guess I could see really quick. Also, strangely enough, at least one second. I'll be right back. Ornamental. Oh, I didn't even hit the AFK screen. LOL. Well, hopefully there was not a reason to. I'm pretty sure there wasn't. All right. So kind of a self-read, kind of an iced coffee chronicle. I don't know. It was like pleasant surprise after pleasant surprise. It's so interesting that like Mars is doing all of this stuff and Mercury is retrograde, and I feel like again, like I went to go see the friend that I am the most, where our friendship has required the most investment on both of our parts to like get to understand each other. And it was like smooth sailing the whole time. Like, I don't know. Like we really out here having experiences that defy, let me stop. Anyway. Separatio, separation and mortification. Yeah, pleasant surprises. But some pleasant surprises in a way where it was time. I feel like they're like the loop closed on a few things. Um, I don't know, just overall, just so interesting. Interesting, and oh, a new pearl with the blue vault, the blue temple, and a new pearl. What? Loving this energy. Okay. Anyway. Anyway. Cool. Let's just see what's up. Hopefully, this isn't necessarily too long, but I guess it will be what it is. But yeah, I'm going to look before and after the Six of Swords as the missing six. So first, we'll get the missing six, and then I'll do the self-reading bit, I guess. Oof. I see the Knight of Wands, the Empress, the Two of Pentacles, I forget how thick these cards are. But yeah, it was a good time was had, an amazing time was had. Again, I didn't necessarily get to see everyone that I wanted to, but may the future bring opportunity that yesterday forgot. Right? It'll happen in its own time, I'm sure. But I'm back in my closer to usual time slots, and I guess we're continuing the tradition of Sagittarius season by having the live chat turned off. Why? I don't know. At this point, it's pattern. We'll do one. That isn't. I have two halves that I've split this deck into because she is tick tick. The Knight of Wands and the Devil at the cut. That's so interesting, especially because of that Knight of Cups challenge last time. I made a community post, but it was interesting how like there was that sign energy and the Knight of Cups that was all weird, right? And it was like playing off of not only our weariness but our desires, especially the desires of yore. But recently, there was the reading with the challenge of receiving and the challenge of like changing something from one to another. The one that came out with the Ace of Wands and the Knight of Cups at the top, and it was like something coming in that's completely unexpected, and how important it was for it to come in the dark. When like again there was that like that weird energy paired with the sun. Like this is full moon Sagittarius energy rather than full moon Gemini. Like the sun was with Gemini and the moon was with Sagittarius. 10 of Swords, 10 of Wands. And it's like, it's not supposed to be like that. Okay, cool. What is the missing six of the 5, 7, 8, 9 of the number today? Ace of Cups at the bottom of the deck. The Ace of Cups paired with the King of Swords is the wisdom that the king is missing. Ace of Wands, the Magician, and the Ace of Cups are the bottom three on the left side. With the Knight of Chalices. There she is. Woof! That was, the suspicious one. Fire for water. Oh, there was something else. Something else about Leo or Mars. Is this transit? I don't remember. Today's drink is the cookie butter cold brew, by the way, if you were curious. I did have the pumps of the brown sugar cookie syrup. Oh, the Ace of Wands. So the last time, or recently, we saw the Ace of Cups and the 8-Bit Fantasy Tarot. And I think it was in that energy where it was the square between Saturn and Jupiter being the compression, that like there was something that the increase in velocity like shot up out of the cup to be removed. In this Ace of Cups, it's not there. So you could say it's been effectively removed. Why did I pull my phone out? Why did I pull my phone out? I don't remember why I pulled my phone out. I don't remember why I pulled my phone out. It's fine. I don't know. I think I do. I'm pretty sure I do. Interesting. Now, what I like about this magician, or I guess you could say something to note about this magician, is that it doesn't hold any one suit. Oh, that's why I pulled my phone out. Especially I was trying to check my audio. For some reason, I was getting notifications when I went live. I'm like, that's weird. Like, I can't subscribe to myself. I don't know how or why that's happening. It was happening over there. Not necessarily every time, but often enough. Let's see. You can. You can hear him in the back. It's fine. It is what it is. Looking for the Six of Swords, the Nine of Wands, and then Judgment. And then the Towers behind this. Knight of Cups. Interesting. Oh. The High Priestess, the Hanged Man, and the Emperor. This, I think it's like the Hangman can be a pause sometimes. But with the Emperor behind the Hangman, that's intentional. Ace of Coins, the Empress, the Star, the Devil, Ace of Swords. So that's all four aces. All four aces were in this half of the deck with the Two of Cups was in reverse. Interesting. Two of Cups, Two of Swords with the Magician. So on the side of the Magician is all four aces. I was saying it's interesting how this Magician doesn't hold any one of the elements, but with that baton, he kind of sort of like control all of them. Sometimes I feel like the Magician is like holding the wand or maybe a sword. So the Six of Swords isn't over here. It wasn't in the first half where the Magician is. I'll put these here. I'm back with more limited room than before. Knight of Pentacles, Knight of Coins at the bottom. Interesting. All right, let's see. The Six of Swords. The missing six. I guess I'll read the challenges on both sides of the Six of Swords. The Chariot at the bottom. There's that Cancerian energy. The Chariot, the King of Coins, and the Eight of Coins. We've seen that King of Coins recently as masculine earth, as a form of divine masculinity that is here, that is present, but maybe in hiding. That is seduced, enticed, impersonated. Excuse me. This is having a bigger picture in mind. Like this is work that's done with an end goal, with a vision in mind. And there's a unification of forces to make it so. Now these sphinxes are walking. There are some decks where the sphinxes are kind of like at rest. Ooh, Ten of Swords, Ten of Pentacles. The Lovers are in between the King of Swords and the King of Wands. Looking for the Six of Swords. The Four of Chalices and the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune doesn't have a challenge. Before the before is the Two of Wands. After the after is the Eight of Cups. The Two of Wands and the Eight of Cups. This is interesting. It feels like as someone is Eight of Cups saying, someone else is watching them with the Two of Wands. But it's like this Two of Wands has the power to alter things. Now, usually that would be a labyrinthine energy, right? It's like someone would be trying to like move or something, but then another wall would be placed upon their path. But this is different. It's almost like it removes obstacles, but that's not necessarily the case. It's decent. So, the Four of Cups. There are four chalices in a room. One of them has a silver key in the bottom. The chalices pretty much work the same. But I will read it. The Four of Chalices. Okay, we're using the glasses. Cool. Coins. Chalices. Four chalices rest on plinths in the center of a room set 10 feet apart. Each chalice contains a sparkling blue liquid. One chalice contains a silver key which unlocks the door. To retrieve the key, a creature must drink the entire contents of the correct chalice, which can be identified with a wisdom or intelligence check using either perception or investigation. And for the four chalices, it's a DC of 12. Drinking from an incorrect chalice deals 2d4 cold damage to the drinker. Drinking the entire contents of the correct chalice heals the drinker 2d8 hit points and causes the key to appear in the empty chalice. The key does not appear if the liquid is not consumed. If the liquid is spilled from a chalice, it magically refills after 6 seconds. So you have to drink every last drop. For some reason today, I don't think it's ever necessarily been the case before, but the every last drop of Disney's Hercules, when they were trying to drain baby Hercules, Pain and Panic were trying to drain baby Hercules of his divinity, and they gave him a potion, but there was one drop that he didn't drink, so he like maintained his super strength, his strength. And then like he couldn't go back to Olympus, so they left him with a couple who couldn't have a child. Now what's interesting is it's almost like the correct chalice is being handed to someone. Maybe that's this energy. Because some Eight of Cups energy was observed, it's like the answer to the challenge is being handed to somebody. The two of this two of wands energy is like magicking this cloud over here, like how we saw the Ace of Cups, right? Oh, look, magicking the magician. Oh, oh, wands and cups, fire and water. Here, you could say it's Taurus and Scorpio. Oh, how interesting! How interesting! Because they oppose. LOL. 2 and 8. Fixed Earth Taurus is here in the King of Coins. Cancer is here, but we don't have Cancer's here twice, both in the Four of Cups and in the Chariot. But there's no Capricorn. But there's Taurus. Anyway. And then the Wheel of Fortune is going to be a boon. What is the boon of the Wheel of Fortune? Do 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 do. Do 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 do. The boon of the Wheel of Fortune. Some suggestions are the party does not receive a specific boon, instead, accepting the comings and goings of fate. When the other one, when anyone in the party makes an attack roll, their rolls of 19 and 20 are critical hits, and the rolls of 1 and 2 are critical failures. But that first one is interesting. The party does not receive a specific boon, instead accepting the comings and goings of fate. What did she say? Merida? Something if you could change your fate. I'm sorry. Disney's brave. Something about Merida and changing your fate. Someone's fate is changing because they've changed. Right? And that's kind of, well, I guess Hercules' fate didn't change. His path worked. Well, maybe it did. Well, who's to say? His fate did change because at the end of the movie, the fates tried to cut his string. He was fated to die, but he didn't. They couldn't cut his thread. What did it say? Accepting fate as it comes. There's no specific boon, accepting the comings and goings of fate. Interesting. Let's get an archetype on this. Clean flip or clean fall. 3 archetypes at the most. 1 would be amazing. 2 would probably be okay. We got a clean flip of the underworld. See, that's where Hercules was supposed to die. I've talked about Disney's Hercules recently because the image of the River of Souls at that same point in the movie. But it was the Horseshoes of the Zephyr. That was the cohesive power of water or whatever when the coasters kept sticking to the glass. And it was the Horseshoes of the Zephyr that allowed the horse to glide on the surface of water without making all of those sticky emotional connections to the past. Now, because this is a native Cups energy, those emotional connections to the past have been dealt with, but not by gliding over them or glazing over them, over the surface of them, but by actively like working to remove those threads, right? This is number 48. We saw 68 of Mortifatio. So this is the place where that fate was changed in a way. That's where Hercules was when his fate was changed. The fates weren't necessarily there. Excuse me. This is interesting, I guess. Now I've got the music singing in my head. Let's get gold and Separatio with the 2 golds. Love that. It's like it's gold in the ego and gold in the like it's gold all over. The thread turned golden when it wouldn't cut too. So interesting. The thread won't cut. That's what she said. All right. Clean flipper, clean fall. 1 to 3. Oop. Oh, oop, oop, oop. Just right on top. Just fell right out. Bottom of the deck is Calcanatio Calcification, which is number 64. What's the bottom of the deck over here? The Fault Line. Number 49. 48, 49. How interesting. The 2 cards came out. We have Melanosis Darkening number 12 and Bravus the Androgen number 62. In this one, the 1 changes to a 6 from 12 to 62. It's interesting that the androgen is here. Oh, because that was the separation. It was gold and separation, and it was like no matter which way you cut it, it's still gold. There's like the ego is golden, the spirit is golden, the higher self is golden, the lower self is golden, the shadow is gold. It doesn't matter how you cut it. That's why the rope turned gold. There was no weak point to sort of snip it. And that's this like both sort of parts existing together as one. That's when he proved himself to be a true hero. And him being a true hero didn't have anything to do with all of the accolades that he had acquired. Let's read melanosis. Let's read. Yeah. Okay, darkening. Darkening and the underworld. This is also giving any goddess, name one, who's gone into the underworld and then reemerged more so. It's the Inanna that became Ishtar, right? I believe so. She was Inanna when she descended. She was Ishtar when she uh, reascended. Shout out to there are two very special Sagittariuses who were born today. Shout out to them. Happy birthday, Reem. Happy birthday, nephew. I have nibblings. It's kind of wild. Meaning my siblings have children. I mean, I guess it's not that wild because I'm like almost 32 now, but still. So yeah, there's also yeah, if it was one of those. It's like where as soon as you tap into it, it's just like I just have that line repeating in my head. Young hurt grew stronger every day, and that's the gospel truth. Rebus, the androgen, creative transcendence, multiplicity, the artist. The androgen is a deeply revered image in alchemy. Born of Hermes and Aphrodite, Hermaphroditos has been classically depicted as a balanced union of divine masculine and divine feminine. Yet today's alchemist knows the androgen is far more nuanced than that. It encompasses the infinite spectrum and reveals itself in ever changing non binary forms. The divine hermaphrodite defies definition, as it is a deeply personal, felt experience. Accessing this fluid and enlightened state requires us to slip into the contradictory realm of the senses. Breath by breath, we are drawn into our limbs, our fluids, our orifices, organs, and cells. We let go of rules and labels. Judgment is suspended. The gods are present, as are the creative mysteries of the underworld. The creative mysteries of the underworld? What? I didn't know that that was in there. Cool. The gods are present, as are the creative mysteries of the underworld. And if you don't believe me, I say right there, the underworld. You see that? For a brief moment, we hold all of our complexities in one loving form. Like a newborn, we know not our name, gender, age, or location. We are the embodied artist, embraced unconditionally by sun and moon. Wow. Wow. Maybe that's this chariot energy too. How both sphinxes are like walking with this chariot rather than like being at rest or whatever. The Eight of Pentacles is the first deck in a Taurus. Seven plus eight is 15. One plus five is six. The six isn't missing. That's the thing about this androgen, though. It's because it takes so many forms. Okay. When these little like cookie bits or whatever get soggy, they're kind of gross. They were better when they had crunch. And the cold foam was like still there. Anyway. The 6 isn't missing. And the 5, 7, 8, 9. 7 plus 8 is 6. It's like the union of those two gives you the 6. And that's what creates this Wheel of Fortune energy. You see one of the Sphinxes here. I think in the 8-bit fantasy tarot, the Sphinx on top of the Wheel of Fortune came out as the child of these two Sphinxes. Because one was black, one was white in the Chariot, but the Sphinx on the Wheel of Fortune was gray. And that's a whole can of worms there. Because the child is both of its parents, but also at the same time, neither of them. Cool. This was whatever this was. I mean, it's a nice coffee chronicles, so who knows what they are. But the answer is being given. See, but this is like almost an energy. Like when I was like, this is like a horse leading itself to the water, knowing that it will drink because it has already drunk the water. Type energy. This is like the boy who would be king between the 8 of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles, or the man who would be king, the person who would be royal, sovereign, whatever. But there's something in this 2 of Cups where someone leads themselves to something. And it's because of this 8 of Cups that it can happen. So it's almost like, let's say, psychologically, question mark, and this is not my area of expertise, but like, let's say psychologically that there is the part of someone that is progressive, and then there is the part of someone that is like hurt. The hurt part of the person will continue to protect them, but as that person learns to navigate outside the realm of trauma and pain, it's like the part of them that is progressive gets to sort of like lead. And so it's like part of someone, there's like the subconscious part of someone that leads themselves to things. So again, this isn't necessarily entirely unlike the thing that must remain in the dark in the Knight of Cups that presents whatever. Under the fault line is the comic, and the comic is in reverse. It's like the mask is beginning to crack. 26 is the mirror to the 62. But here in the comic, it's like one thing is inside of the other. Because you see the cat on the outside. This isn't going to work. 1 second. Maybe that'll work. Yeah, it's a little better. You see the eyes inside of the cat? Like that person's wearing a cat mask. It's not a cat. That's why it's like this energy of like the mask is cracking. You start to see like what's beneath the facade, the exterior, the surface. And it's the mirror to this androgen. It's also interesting because you got a rainbow, 2 rainbows up there, and then there's like this deconstructed rainbow. It almost gives me Sylvanius Mask of Truth in the Fairy Oracle, which I think I have, but it may be in storage actually, I'm not sure. Interesting. The fault line keeps slipping off. I feel like there are levels and layers to this. Like as far as what this cup symbolizes in the 4 of Cups. As far as what the key unlocks when you drink the right chalice. When you drink the chalice that heals you rather than the one that damages you. And it's a DC of 12, which isn't that hard to beat. Now, I did say that the Ace of Cups, this was the wisdom, especially when paired with the King of Swords. It matures his knowledge into wisdom. So I would be leaning towards a wisdom perception check rather than the intelligence investigation check to determine which chalice to drink. But again, it feels like the right chalice basically presents itself in this challenge. So interesting. The missing 6 is a combination of the 7 and the 8. I saw the 7 of Pentacles. Oh, it's right here. The 7 of Pentacles is right here at the bottom. 7 of Pentacles, 8 of Pentacles. Interesting. And 15 is the Devil, which is Capricorn. Oh, that's the Capricorn. So interesting. Cool. All right, I'll timestamp this like 43 on the clock. Now let's get into like the self-read portion. Because I am intrigued. Call me interested. But again, it's interesting. There is no boon to this Wheel of Fortune. Besides to accept the comings and goings of fate. There's a whole... This Wheel of Fortune takes place within a person. Right. Here are the arms. This is like the head. This is the torso. The negative space of this Wheel of Fortune is like a person. So this would be the heart chakra. Not necessarily. Take it as it resonates. But it's not feeling like the heart. That's at the center of this Wheel of Fortune. Like the heart would be a little higher. The solar plexus is lower. This could be something entirely different. And it's because of that merging energy, the 7 plus the 8 giving the 6. It's like something that is present when multiple conditions are met. Almost like a rainbow. It was like in order for a rainbow to be formed, then there has to be moisture in the air and the sunlight has to hit it from a certain angle or whatever. And then like all of these things align and then you get a rainbow type energy. So it's not, yeah, cool. And it feels like whatever is inside of this cup like activates this space within someone. But it's this whole quantum, timeless. It's like if someone ever reaches a certain point within their own personal evolution journey, self, whatever, then it's almost like they were always meant to reach that point. And so, in a way, as they live life, they guide themselves to that point. You know what I mean? No? Okay. Well. Oof. Oh, there's no place like home for the holidays. I guess. It's fine. Bring back the live chat. Why? I'm kidding. The next one will have a live chat for sure. All right. So now the self-read part. So now that the intermediate chapter is over, again, it was such an interesting time. I feel like I went into it not necessarily expecting or knowing anything, and I'm leaving it like with a few things in mind that I would like love. You know what I mean? With direction. And it's interesting because like I guess like Mars is retrograde or whatever, but it's like now is the time for action. So at least over here it is. But again, there's a timeliness to everything. Like there are multiple loops that are being closed, and it's like all of these circles, all of these loops. It's like if you have a Venn diagram of like a bunch of overlaid circles, the flower of life. But you're like closing the loops. It's like all of the knots or whatever are closing in on the same point. And it's interesting how many different like again, it's like there are multiple loops that are being closed and they're all closing on the same point. Didn't expect it. Oh, this is so freaky. I kind of like it. It's doing that thing. So in the webcam, it's glossy. And so I have this ring light right here. But in the webcam, the ring light is like in the middle of my glasses. So it looks like my pupils are just like lighting up. And I'm a weirdo. So I'm like, ooh, cool. You know, I'm a nerd. I'm a geek. Partially. I'm not. That's fine. It's fine. I learned that my best friend likes Star Wars because through a thing, and I played it with his siblings and one of his cousins about a month ago. And they were like, "Oh, Patrick, like you're his best friend. Do you know?" I was like, "I wouldn't know because I don't like Star Wars, so it doesn't like it never comes up." And apparently he likes Star Wars. I found that out. I just never got into it. Um, I don't really have a desire to, you know. Anyway. Anyway. Self-read. What is this new chapter about? Let's go first. The old. Oh. Autumn in reverse with a face down card, and then the new. Oh, interesting. It just like one card fell out by itself. The card is gold. Chiron and Leo be darned. Xanthosis 14 yellowing is at the bottom. What's interesting though is autumn came out in reverse, and the branches in autumn are laden with gold. And then even here you see like some of the colors from autumn here. Autumn in reverse. The face down card is Contra Naturam, against nature. 56. Interesting. Against whose nature? And then I want to get one of these. I'm gonna mix these up. I'm gonna use this half of the deck to get a challenge from the Six of Chalices and the Emperor. Another six. I'm gonna use this half to get one card. The challenge of the past, you could say, up through the intermediate, whatever, clean flip or clean fall. The King of Pentacles and the Ten of Wands. Interesting. Bottom of the deck is the Hanged Man, which again almost speaks to timing. And how, like, again, just interestingly, I'm not even going to say synchronistically, but it's all like, it's almost like everything was a matter of timing. And again, like so many loops. And then the Six of Pentacles, Six of Coins, Six of Cups. The missing six is like everywhere. With the Four of Wands, Six of Coins, Four of Wands is a gorgeous energy. The Six of Coins, through its energy of reciprocity, means something special to me. Again, it's just interesting that so many loops are. Ooh. Okay. The Hierophant came out. I did recently go to Vatican City. I didn't see the Pope when I was there, but bottom of the deck is the Eight of Coins. Both of these are Taurus energies. Fixed Earth Taurus, but this is Major Arcana Taurus with the gold here. There is no challenge with the Hierophant. This Hierophant came out recently. I'm pretty sure it was for a self-read. It was probably after I was talking about my Taurus moon, my Algo moon or something, and then the Hierophant was there. This is so interesting, though. It just is. Because it is. Oh, and then here was the Pisces of the Hangman at the bottom over here. The challenge of the Eight of Pentacles is to receive. The challenge of the Ten of Wands is to defeat 5 salamanders and 10 magma methods in a room where there are 10, 5 by 5 square feet of lava. It's interesting. We got more fire. The Ten of Wands, 10 magma methods, and 5 salamanders patrol this room. 10 5-foot square areas of the floor are made of lava. The door opens when all the enemies are defeated, unconscious, or incapacitated. And then the challenge of the King of Coins is swords and coins. The Archmage of Earth, King of Coins, relaxes on his throne. He is gracious and kind. He offers to magically provide each creature who visits him one mundane item each. If the item is too large to fit in the room, it is waiting for them outside the demiplane when they exit the deck. All items given by the king are of the finest quality. If he notices a creature displaying excellent leadership abilities during their encounter, he offers a manual of gainful exercise and encourages them to only use their strength to take care of others. The door in the king's room is unlocked. I think, where's my phone? The manual of gainful exercise. Let's look it up. Look it up, look it up, look it up, look it up. Manual of gainful exercise. I'm butchering this. Autocorrect knew what I was. Google, the algorithm knew what I meant. Manual of gainful exercise. This book describes fitness exercises, and its words are charged with magic. If you spend 48 hours over a period of 6 days or fewer studying the book's contents and practicing its guidelines, your strength score increases by 2, as does your maximum for that score. The manual then loses its magic but regains it in a century. So, the manuals that you get from the archmages, the manuals that you get from the kings, have the capability to take you into the realm of the superhuman. Excuse me. Usually there's like a limit of 20. 20 is the maximum that you can have in a certain ability score. Unless you get something like that manual that also increases the maximum, right? So you can get 22, where usually people are kept at 20. Um, and it's interesting because it said something about displaying leadership. Now, what kind of leader is he? You know, but the Hierophant is a leader. If he notices a creature displaying excellent leadership abilities during their encounter, he offers that manual of gainful exercise and encourages them to use their strength to take care of others. And you could say that's something that the Hierophant does. So again, from like sort of court card minor arcana Taurus energy to major arcana Taurus energy, that could be again breaching the realm of the 20 plus. And it's partnered with gold, so big oof. It's just like, I feel like this Contra Naturum is almost like this is me. It's almost against my nature to be a leader, especially in the context of like affording people their own like experiences or whatever, right? And their own timing, their own journeys, their own process. And it's so interesting because I've been having this conversation with somebody for weeks now. about very hierophantic things, and me being like, I don't want to be a hierophant. Like, it was just a few days ago, I was like, because he was mentioning like leadership is something that he aspires to. And so he um, curates, I guess, his experiences accordingly to prepare him to be a leader, right? And I was like, "Oh, I don't want to be a leader. I want to be a sheep." And he was like, "A sheep." I was like, "But I want to be like a sheep to a good shepherd." And then he was like, "Well, what if there's like not a good shepherd? Then you would have to be the good shepherd." And I was like, "Be a good shepherd. Sheep are weird." Anyway, of course, like if you've been here for any amount of time, none of that would surprise you. Um, but today, I guess I did find myself thinking about kind of sort of pushing the envelope a little bit. Um, the shapeshifter at the bottom of the deck, number 15. 15 is the antithesis to the 5, devil on the hierophant. Interesting. And there are 2 keys here. The key of gold. And like, it's against my nature, but it's not necessarily outside of my wheelhouse of capability, if that makes sense. Like, I'm the type of person that if there is no leader and there needs to be one, then I can step up. But more often than not, I prefer not to. You know what I mean? Oof, big oof. Big oof. All right. Let's get some archetypes on this. Archetype on the past. Or just let's an archetype in the transition. A transition of archetypes. Ooh, oh gosh. Look at this. Ah. Ooh. Interesting. The nectar flipped over inside of the deck. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, 9 cards were in between my arms tonight. Is it 54? See the nectar flipped up right. The nectar is number 58. Bottom of the deck is the pilgrim, number 20. I'm gonna look at these 9 cards. I'm not necessarily gonna take them. The nectar came out. One card fell out face down, connecting the alchemy to the fable makers, and it's Alethea, number 77. And you can see the gold there and the whatever that is, anti-gold. Interesting. Between Alethea and the nectar, that like black and white sort of motif. Hmm. The cards that came out face down: the Eternal Child, number 4, the Shaman, number 16, the Thread, number 70, the Queen, number 11, the Dead End, number 40, the Sustainer, number 24, the Gem, number 56. We saw 56. 56 is Contra Naturam. And it's interesting how the gem is like multicolored on this black and white, and then Contra Naturam is the black square. It's like the circle and the square peg. The empty room, number 42. 42, which is the mirror to the 24 of the sustainer. And the sustainer has the box. The empty room for me is never empty. And then the box, number 44. I was like, see the box. And then in the middle of the box is that, whatever. Cool. But like I said, I'm not going to take all of those. That's way too much. Oh, goodness. So the next phase is defined. What is the boon of the Hierophant? The boon of the Hierophant is a mentor the party lost is returned to life. The party gains a new and powerful mentor. Those are the two boons. That is triggering. Hashtag triggered. I had a mentor that passed. And like I wanted him to see me graduate and stuff, and he didn't. He's the reason why 100-gram bars are like my favorite candy. Well, actually, his sister is the reason why. I met his sister when I was very young and very fresh to the whole experience. And she was one of the people when I was younger that helped me understand that like people aren't mind readers. And if people upset you and you don't let them know that they're upsetting you, then like how are they supposed to know that they're upsetting you? And she passed, and her brother was one of my mentors, who I met later, and he passed. And I remember after he passed, he would pop up in dreams, and I would just like start crying, and I would wake up because I would be like, "You're not here." Like I know, I know that I'm dreaming because you're not here anymore. So that mentor coming back to life is like big oof territory. But anyway, but I guess that's interesting for where I am now. It also makes me think of the torchbearer sort of reading. Anyway, what's under the pilgrim? Under the pilgrim is the river. The river is number 34. Let's read the pilgrim. Let's read the pilgrim and then the nectar and then I'll read. Why not? Why not? The pilgrim, the wanderer, the traveler, the apprentice. For the pilgrim, an outward journey is always an inward journey. This archetypal wanderer seeks wisdom, experience, and meaning in the farthest reaches of the globe and the deepest regions of the spirit. Others will wonder when the pilgrim will settle down and claim a more conventional life, but the pilgrim knows that the heart belongs in motion. Where there is motion, there is freedom, expansion, and growth. Responsibilities, social conventions, and logistics lull us to sleep, and soon the pilgrim becomes veiled in the slumber of the day to day. Yet, when this archetype awakens, it rallies our sense of adventure and leads us out the door toward a new reality. With the pilgrim at your side, you will never lack courage, nor do you need every amenity. Travel light, travel soon. Your spirit needs it. Girl, I'm trying. I just got back and I'm already trying to go. Anyway, the nectar is number 58. It's number 58, the nectar. La sortija. La sortija. I think that's the word. Let's ask. Ba 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 ba. La sortija. The ring. I remember that. The nectar. The nectar is the medicine, the elixir, and the garden. In Hindu mythology, there is a miraculous substance known as amrit, or nectar, that contains infinite healing power. This golden, wink wink, nectar, or sacred elixir is the drink of immortality, and like its sister substance, soma, is known to activate subtle intelligent forces that ease the mind, body, and spirit. Though esoteric, these images lead us to the central energy of this archetype, the sweet, potent, heavenly essence that lubricates our spirit back to life. The Nectar card calls us to identify and relish in places, practices, people, and activities that regenerate and heal, which is why the pilgrim is trying to go soon. The Nectar card calls us to identify and relish in places, practices, people, and activities that regenerate and heal. Medicine is needed, and it comes in subtle form that you may be overlooking. Seek the most sensuous, fragrant flower in the garden you have forgotten. Don't underestimate this remedy. It is said when someone has activated this substance within, it is reflected in their shimmering eyes. And I was just talking about how, like, in the, anyway, I'm like obsessed with it. Now they're like gone. Oh, wait. I'm like moving too much. Oh, wait, there they are. There it is. It's like wild. Anyway, cool. And then Alethea, number 78, I believe. I believe. Agape Thanatos. It's not 78. 78 is Anima Mundi. 77 is Alethea. Alethea is truth. Our soul recognizes the truth. When someone speaks it, a cool wave of relief washes over the room, and all the facts and figures in the world fall by the wayside. Such is the power of Alethea. It has an undeniable resonance that goes beyond the rational. We can also recognize Alethea by its contagiousness. When we hear someone speak the truth, we see the truth within ourselves and are more likely to tell our own story. The Alethea card requires us to step toward an act of truth. This might look like a conversation, a gesture, a poetic act, or a ritual that honors the unveiling of what's been concealed. Reclaiming your own truth is a way to reclaim your vital energy, health, and sense of belonging in the world. Truth has its own wings, set it free. Wow. I feel like the truth card is like, is this really against your nature? I mean, honestly, if the Hierophant were so against my nature or whatever, then I probably wouldn't have a channel, you know? At least in some aspect. Like the whole package of the Hierophant, not my jam. Some aspects of it, sure. And then, man. Cool. I don't feel like reading anymore. So, Autumn is number 19. I'm just going to read the taglines. Autumn is the culmination, the broad view, generosity. So, yeah, this culmination, especially like when I was like, it's like all of these, like closing all of these loops and it's converging on this single, it's converging on multiple aspects of a central experience, if that makes sense. And then the 56 of Contra Naturam is willfulness, the force or control. Let's see. Think of this card as trying to force a square peg into a round hole. See, but I'm not forcing a square peg into a round hole. I'm forcing a round peg into a square hole because of the gem, wherever the gem is. Oh, yeah, I'll put it back. right? It's the opposite. It's flipped. So, like, what was it? Caitlin, what's her name? Circles will not fill a square, don't fit together, but I don't care. Is it Caitlin Crum? Caitlin. I left a letter at your door. I light your cigarette just once more. Cause now I've said what I needed. I don't own the rights to that song. I'm not gonna find it. It's fine. Circles will not fill a square, don't fit together, but I don't care. That's what she said. There's likely a solution waiting for you to see it. Shake things up, dance, tell a joke, take a break. These are those. And then number 26 is gold. And gold is illumination, splendor, and culmination. Both of these are associated with culmination. But again, they both have like gold on it, so I'm not surprised. Yeah, so it's interesting. I think my word for 2025, I think I have my word for 2025. And it's an interesting one. I was talking to my journey buddy recently, and she was like, "Embrace has been like good to you," and I was like, "It has been." Embrace is my word for 2024, and usually when I get a soft word like embrace, it's like scary because it's like, well, for me it was scary because it was like, well, what are you asking me to embrace? Like, embrace what? And then it's like, no one's asking anybody to embrace anything that they wouldn't want to welcome into their embrace. And I'm like, oh, okay, all right, well. I want an alchemy card for the word of 25. That one just like, that was the dirtiest fall. The fall was clean but slow. The fall was so slow it made it dirty, even though it was a clean fall. But I want one more because, well, we'll see. Maybe I should just take it. I'll give it two more shuffles. Uranus. Uranus is at the bottom. Uranus has gold in the palm. I read that one of Uranus's moons is like capable of harboring life. Like Uranus has moons that have like underwater oceans and stuff like that. And then that same article mentioned how like scientists are reinterpreting the data that they got decades ago and still like getting new insights. Um, it was one of Uranus's moons. I was like, interesting, because Uranus is in Taurus right now, and Taurus is associated with like life, right? The Empress Venus life, sure. Bottom of the deck is Summer. Qual. Two cards came out face up. The 22 of Iron and the 3 of Mercury. This is Mars and Mercury, which are both retrograde right now. It's interesting though because Mercury is Quicksilver, but Iron is very not that. 22 and 3. I'm just going to read the taglines. Mercury is signals, messages, and tricks. Iron is magnetism, reliability, and Mars. It's interesting that we have reliability and like tricks. Signals, messages, magnetism, reliability, Mars. Cool. The card that came out face down, the slow fall, is Yosis reddening 15. We see the silver and the gold in reddening. There's a vitality in reddening that brings something back to life. 15, reddening, life force, kundalini, blood. Cool. I feel like I'm done. I don't want to read anymore. So that's what's next, I guess. There was a lot of culmination in this intermediary that, again, it makes sense. And it wasn't lost on me. I was even telling my friend, I was like, 3 years ago, you said in 3 years, blah, blah, blah. And it's been 3 years. It's just so interesting. My Mars and Mercury, my Mercury is in Pisces, and my Mars is in Cancer, but they're like 15 degrees apart. There are Yosis degrees apart. My Mars is like 9 degrees, and my Mercury is like 24 degrees. Right now, so I have like water Mars and Mercury, but right now, there's fire Mars and Mercury. Mercury in Sagittarius, Mars in Leo. So Mercury's generally on my north node, and Mars is on my Chiron, retrograding back towards my natal Mars. I was thinking about this. My human design. I am a manifester, I think, but my strategy is to inform. I don't know why. I don't know why. Well, I think I kind of know why I was thinking about that. My strategy is to inform. And Mercury is there. I've been doing a lot of that. I don't know. Like, I kind of want to dig into this. I kind of. SKT! Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm sorry. No, not you. You. I love that I grabbed the Revelations edition. The Hierophant, the Holy See, the Hierophant in the Revelations edition has a completely different energy than the Hierophant in the Vitruvian edition. Let's get a little clarity on this. Gold, Hierophant, energy. 1, 2, 3, and a cut. Oh, one card flipped out face down. I'm going to pull before and after the Hierophant. And then I'm going to end this video. I'm just like so excited for what comes next. Interesting. Oh. So the Knight of Wands, Embers of the Salamander, is here. Embers of the Salamander is here, and there were 5 salamanders that were the challenge in the room of the 10 of Wands. What was interesting, I'm pretty sure I didn't mention it, but the reason why I paused after I finished reading it is because it doesn't feel like this King of Coins necessarily like subdues the salamanders. It's almost an energy of like the King of Coins pays them off. But I guess if you consider incapacitating something as like rendering it non-hostile. That was that energy. And then the embers of the salamander is here, next to the Hierophant. On the other side is the Five of Swords, the Hector, Venus in Aquarius. Venus in Aquarius. But Caverns of the Gnome, the Shining Quarry, is before. So it's like Knight of Pentacles, Knight of Wands. Before. That's the Page of Pentacles. No, that is the Knight. But after is the Keeper. Spirit and Petition of Spirit. And maybe I saw a raven. What did I see the raven on? I don't know. There was a raven on some. Oh, no. I don't remember. See, but this Hector, it's like the fight is happening up here. So that Spirit and Petition of Spirit, there are two ravens here. There's technically, well, there's three birds here too. This is giving me the energy of reddening. Maybe if I do it like that. Look, they're even the same colors, or the same color is on the same side. And it was that Kundalini life force energy. And then there's this. This position similarly ish to the Wheel of Fortune that was in the center of like the arms, the head, the torso. Cool. If I were to I Ching this would be fire over earth, maybe. Let's see. I'm just curious what this I Ching would be. What the I Ching would be. I'm pretty sure that is earth, but I just don't know. No, that is heaven. That is not earth. Oof. I said earth, girl. This isn't heaven. Hello. Oh, duh. Because it's like happening up here. That's not on earth, silly. On earth as it is in heaven. But honestly, when I think of what comes next for me, you may not see me. That was fire. So this is this fire over heaven or heaven over fire? Technically, this is heaven over fire, but I may look at both of them. There we go. Heaven over fire is I Ching number 13, fellowship. 5 plus 8 is 13. Fire over heaven is I Ching number 14, accolades. 13 and 14. Fellowship and accolades. Interesting. Fellowship, community, Tong Run. Run is people. What does Tong mean? Tong Run? Where is my... Tong Run? Tong Run healing. The nectar was about healing. Tong Run healing is a form of energy healing. Its power comes from the collective unconscious, which is it's based on the premise that illness is related to interruptions or blockages in the body's natural flow of blood, neurobioelectricity, blood, again, hormones, and chi. This reddening also represented blood life force. Tongrun utilizes a universal energy source, the collective unconscious, in Jungian terms, to remove a patient's blockages and restore the body's natural ability to heal, even when illnesses are chronic, debilitating, or otherwise untreatable. What is Tongrun in Chinese? Bronze man. That's what it means. Okay. I know like run is like person or like a people. I can't think of. I know it's like it's not chew. It's not chew run. Chinese person in Chinese. Zhongguo run. Zhongguo. I knew it was Zhongguo, but I was like, is it Zhongguo run? Zhongguo run, Ingguo run is like English. Bronze man. I just posted a picture of a bronze man on my Instagram. First, I took a picture of the statue, but my friend was like, get the people in the picture so you can get a sense of scale. I was like, okay. The bronze man. See? Let me go back to this. At first, I just took a picture of the bronze man, but then my friend was like, get the people so you can get the scale. And there's bronze man and people. I just posted that picture. Cool. Anyway, synchronicities, right? The Bronze Man. Synthesis. Heaven and fire. Together they share collective interests and set aside private interests. Together, a collective of individuals can pursue the goals of humanity, not the goals of one human. With such unity, all difficulties and dangers can be overcome. Create a fellowship. There must be order and structure. Prosperity will be had when you gather the people and unite them. Undertake daunting enterprises as a fellowship. That is heaven over fire, and then fire over heaven is Dio. Accolades, great praise, gains, and validation. Prognostications of a great harvest. Heaven bestows great blessings when you have obeyed the will of the divine. Initiations will not incur any challenges. Be humble and grateful for your blessings, and there should be no guilt in receiving such blessings. You have the resources needed to achieve supreme success and prosperity. To thrive, follow your own path, and most important of all, let others follow theirs. See, again, like going back to like why the Hierophant is sort of like against my nature in reality, because I follow my path, other people follow theirs, and a lot of people, it seems, adopt paths of Hierophants rather than like taking their own, probably encouraged by Hierophants to do so. The card that came out face down is the Giver, Moon and Taurus, Six of Pentacles. Again, the Six of Pentacles means to me what it means to me. I think that's it. Moon and Taurus. I have that placement. I don't have the I don't have the Revelations Book of Maps. Yes, I do. I think I might. I don't think I have the Revelations Book of Maps on this computer. I think it's on my desktop. It's also on my iPad. Give me a second to find it. This time I will not forget the AFK screen. I do need to find my iPad though. It should be over here somewhere. Here somewhere. Here somewhere. It should be over here somewhere. Let's see if we'll find it. Ooh, this brick is getting warm. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Where did I put it? Where did I put it? She probably moved it. I don't know where it is, and it's fine. I'm just curious about the scale in the Six of Pentacles. I was gonna see if Benabel, I know she did, put something about it in the Book of Maps because she's good like that. Cool. I am not seeing this, and I guess I will not waste any more time. Interesting though. Oof, big oof. But it's also interesting because I was just saying too that like I literally just texted the person who I was talking about the sheep and shepherd thing with. I was like, well, guess I'm taking the path of the shepherd. And then there's that Hierophant energy of like, what's next? Man, I really want my iPad. Give me one moment. It may be under here. Is this it? Nope. Boo, it's a folder that looks like the case to my iPad. I was deceived. I was being bruised. Is it in here? It is not. Where did that woman put my iPad? I'm actually going to ask her. I'll be right back. I'm curious enough. This video is basically over. It's basically over. It's been such an interesting year. Where's my iPad? Yeah.
Did I see your iPad?
I mean, it was in here somewhere. I thought it was like over there. The microphone is still on, by the way. Say hi to the people.
Hello, everyone.
That's the voice of my number one fan. She's apparently where I get this singing from. I thought it was like over here somewhere, but maybe not.
I don't think so. It's not over there right now because see, I stacked that.
So have you seen
Your iPad.
Yeah.
It's not in there?
And where?
In here?
I don't think so.
And what is this? That's the surface.
Huh?
Is this the surface?
Yeah, inside the box?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the surface. That I need to go fix.
Do you need it?
I guess not.
I've got I have this one iPad if you want to use it.
No, I need my iPad.
Oh Jesus.
It has a file on it.
Oh.
That I don't have on
You
my
sure
laptop.
you left? You sure you didn't take it?
No, I didn't take it. I left it.
Well, where would it be?
I don't know. I guess it's all right. Oh wait, was it down here?
It's not. No, it wasn't. That's other stuff I gotta move.
I don't think it's in this book bag.
Oh, it could be in your book bag.
I just
Because
looked.
I don't think you just had it out.
Oh, it's literally right here.
See?
I looked in here too.
Oh,
I
lovely
know.
eye, tired eyes. I mean,
Yeah.
you could be jet lagged. It's like, sorry for the delay.
I ain't.
Back to your regular scheduled program.
This is a part of the regular scheduled program. These folks know me by now. I'm kidding. All right, I'm back. I looked in that book bag too. I stuck my hand in there. So there's a sleeve in the book bag, and then there's like stuff outside of the sleeve. I checked outside of the sleeve. My bad. My bad. I'm really curious what she has to say about the Six of. Yes, I got juice. I got juice. It's booting up. This may take a moment. This may take a second. Okay, this is like taking a minute. Oh, and there we go. Cool. I have 12% battery. I got 12%. Let's try to let's try to hurry this up. Vitruvian. Vitruvian edition. Is it not on here? Book of Maps Vitruvian edition. It's not even on here. Are you serious? Like really? Like for real? PDFs. Yeah. Now, which one are you? See, I have two different versions. Yeah, that's the. Oh my gosh, I'm already at 10%. No. Oh, no, no, is this one? Is this one? Go back, go back, go back. Go back. Here we go. The Revelation Edition Book of Maps. Goodness. The realm of the sixes. I need the six of orbs, the giver. Above, a hand reaches down to give, below, a hand reaches up to receive. And yet, from an equivalent perspective, the hand below sends up to give, and above, a hand reaches out to receive. The lower hand in the illustration wears a kara, an iron bracelet symbolizing the never-ending presence of divinity. And iron did come out here. This hand, that's the iron bracelet. That symbolizes the never-ending presence of divinity. Cool. I'm like, come on, please, before this thing dies. Balancing scales show two orbs being measured and found to be of equivalent weight. At its center fulcrum is the Sikh symbol for a Sikh symbol expressing the core belief of the faith. There is one universal divinity. The divinity is eternal truth. Eternal truth is the creator, immortal and without form, beyond the circle of birth and death, self-existent. Cool. Green jade and blue jade symbolizing heaven or divinity on earth. Cool. All right. We'll get final cards and then this will be over. Cool. Cool. I guess we're looking forward to that. I guess I'm looking forward to seeing what it will sort of manifest as. In a way. Final card from the SKT Revelations Edition. Clean flip. The Ten of Pentacles is here. The flip was dirty, but I couldn't. It like dirty flipped all the way, and I couldn't flip it back. So we're taking it. The Dynasty. Bottom of the deck is the Archangel Commander, Angel of Storms, and Battles. And battles. The Dynasty. Look at the sun and the moon. The flower that blossoms in the void. Between Yasad and Malkut, but like right above Malkut is where their eyes meet. It's like their eyes meet on the edge of the orb, which is interesting. Under the Archangel Commander is the Ebony Shield, and the wish granted is behind that, with the Force strength behind that. That's the Sanctum of Treasures, the Ebony Shield. Interesting. Interesting. So interesting. Is there anything else? No. The flower that blossoms in the void. I get it. Cool. Now we're gonna do these. Put the archetypes away. I wanna know your secrets. I'm so interested in you. The mentor. Which friends are you mad at, girl? What size are your shoes? You just went to the bathroom, number 1 or number 2? I want to know. Oh. The Eternal Child is causing so much ruckus. Like it was the top of the 9 cards that came out. It flipped over, did a clean flip inside the deck, and then all these fell out. These fell out. Eros and the animal. She's giving feral. She's giving in heat. The ring, agape. That's such an interesting combination, though. The ring and agape, and then Eros and the animal. The womb, the unseen womb. And then the self and the vow. Okay. Say less while I'm live. I'm kidding. I am kidding. The unseen womb is interesting, though. I want to know your secrets. I'm so interested in you. I don't own the rights to that song from Bob's Burgers. I forget the name of the. It's not. Is it Boys Who Cry? I think it's Boys Who Cry, but it may not be. Now I gotta look it up. Who said I ain't got Gemini in my chart? I'm kidding. It's just my South Node. Boys Who Cry. No, Boys Who Cry was SpongeBob. What's the boy band? Bob's Burgers boy band. Boys for Now. That's what it is. It's all about you. Okay. Final Pharrell archetype. Oh, that fall was so dirty. These are the dirtiest falls, but they touched the table, so I'll take it. Number 38, The Bridge. Interesting. So interesting. Then we have The Maiden and the Vow. 54 and 8. 5 plus 4 is 9. 8, 3, 8. The Vow and the Maiden. What is this? I need like context. You know what I mean? Let's get one more. I mean, it gives like a purity energy. Like the maiden would like wear a promise ring or something like that, right? The nectar. The nectar of the maiden. The nectar came out earlier though. See, what's interesting is this similarity here and here. The black pearls. Bottom of the deck now is the Mystic 21. Interesting. I don't know what this is. The maiden, the vow, and the nectar. Like low hanging fruit, yeah. Well, again, with animal and arrows, but with the ring and whatever. The mystic, the stone, and the vessel. The mystic, the stone, and the vessel. The stone is the vessel. But it's almost like for anyone who's not the mystic, the stone is the stone, or the stone is the vessel to whoever. The stone is a stone for everyone except the one who the maiden makes this vow to. Then the stone becomes a vessel. And we have this nectar. It was the unseen womb, too. The womb and the unseen. Interesting. That is to unfold. Honestly, I'm probably going to forget about it as soon as I end this. So, we'll see. I could have just left this at the first half of the video. I may trim it to like 43, 43, and then just leave this part out. I don't know. No, I probably won't. It is what it is. All right, final archetype. It's like what's the saying? You can't squeeze blood out of a turnip, but someone's capable of squeezing nectar from the stone. The vessel almost looked like it was filling with nectar, didn't it? All right. Final. Oh, there we go. Clean flip. Who is it? This was the final card last time I used the deck because it was at the top. Sap of the Moon Plant. Number 41. Bottom of the deck is 51. The Great Work, Magnum Opus. With all of this gold, with all of the gold, it's interesting. It almost looks like there's an eye at the middle of this. Let's read it again. 51, because I'm interested. 53, 51. This is not 51. This is 41. Succus lunariae. Sap of the moon plant is an ancient substance said to be born of water, plant, and moonlight. This elixir, here's another elixir, just like the nectar. I already forgot the number for the nectar. Unless it was 62. 62 was the androgen. Here's another elixir. Sacred water of the unconscious, nocturnal. This elixir develops in the depth of night and is thus a metaphor for the wellspring of the unconscious. When this alchemical magic is afoot, it's all about dreams. The answer you are seeking will not come from the intellect nor the opinion of others. It will surface from the depths, as if rising from the ancient waters of your memory. The work is to rest, restore, and awaken your celestial senses. Do this by pausing, by releasing your grip. The sap of the moon plant signifies you are in the deep territory of destiny and the imagination. This is a mythic moment. The dream is waiting to show itself, but awaits your sincere invitation. Ask and rest, all will be revealed. That's interesting because the vow in the maiden and the nectar, it reminded me of a dream that I had a while ago, a few years ago. And in that dream, I found someone who was like a part of me, but it would be, I feel like it would be more accurate to say that I was a part of the person that I found in the dream because that person comprised like so much of me. And then it was like, how did I even forget about you when I am like a shade of myself without you? Like what? That's crazy. Interesting. The great work. I'm not gonna read that. We all know what the great work is. Cool. I feel like this is appropriately cryptic. Um, you know. All right, I need to go say hello to my father. Oof. All right, now we just got to get one of these. Now this deck gets split in half. I'm just going to put all these in this half. So we're going to get two final cards. Cool. Final card from this half of the Fable Makers is final card clean flip or clean fall. Nope. Almost, but it was too dirty. It was so dirty I was able to stop it. Oh, wasn't able to stop that. If you would have guessed the Two of Swords, then you'd be right. I think that's it. Yep. Bottom of the deck is the Four of Swords. And then under the Four of Swords is the Hierophant. Two of Swords, Four of Swords. This almost has the energy of that sap of the moon plant. Something to be revealed in dreams, not revealed by logic or anything in the waking world, but revealed by the subconscious. The Tong Run mentioned the collective unconscious, just like I feel like something else mentioned the collective unconscious. Maybe it was the sap of the moonflower. Interesting. I forgot already that Tong Run mentioned that. The bronze people. Who are the bronze people? The people of bronze. They came from the stars. Kidding. All right, second final card. Two of Swords and Four of Swords is the Six of Swords. Maybe that mirrors that, like the 7 and the 8 give a 6, just like the 2 and the 4 give a 6. All right. Ooh, clean flipper, clean fall. Clean flipper, clean fall. Clean flipper, clean fall. Clean flipper, clean fall. Chino's outside. I don't know if you hear the jingling of his collar. Collar? Isn't that like necklace? I was like, collar. All right. I'm going to keep going until I get a clean flipper. There we go. Oh, LOL, it's the star. The star made a clean fall. Bottom of the deck is death. Death and the star. Interesting. It's like the rebirth of a star. Because stars, the life cycle of a star or whatever. I don't know. Well, yeah, the rebirth of a star, death of a star. Who knows? All right. Obviously, I'm jet lagged. It's been 2 hours. Oh my gosh. There's no more iced coffee. If I want something that's easy to understand, I guess I shouldn't call it Iced Coffee Chronicle because I never understand them. Well, I'm not going to say I never understand them. But I guess I just did, didn't I? Never say never. Because I just did. All right. Well, I hope you all have an amazing whenever you see this. I hope you're acting in alignment to make all that you wish to experience your reality. I hope that whatever you need along your path, journey what you find. And until next time, I hope you keep well. I hope you stay safe. Maybe you'll see me tomorrow. Maybe the live chat will be on. Maybe not. All right. Bye.